welcome to Remote STEM Class with Mr. Dowd. So, I've been hearing a lot about how people are having a lot of issues getting onto Tinkercad properly. So, what I've done for you guys is on the assignment page under classwork on Google Classroom, I post a picture, that little green banner with a bunch of random letters and numbers. That is the class code, okay? So, when you go to log into Tinkercad, go back to that class code for me. Anyways, when you're logging on class code or to Tinkercad, this is how you do it. So go into Google and type in Tinkercad. All right. I'm going to go over to Login. Now, you're not going to go to Students Join Class yet, because I've been noticing there's been issues with that, because people aren't automatically getting signed in on Google. Instead, you're going to go to the Sign In with Google button. All right. And since Mr. LeMay's account's already on this computer, it automatically signs him in. Whereas if it wasn't, you'd have to type in or click your name. Since you're logged on to Clever, your name will come up with your lunch code and your email and all that stuff. Click on that. Then you're going to press Continue, because it's going to ask for a lot of, the privacy and whatever for Autodesk. Just press Continue on that. Once you get through all that, you'll get to this screen here. This is the Tinkercad dashboard. Okay. From there, you're going to go down to where it says Join Class. Click on that. I'm going to type in that class code. Okay. This class code is going to be what's posted on your Google Classroom. Okay. Just go ahead and type that code in. You're all set to go do the starters and go play with Tinkercad a little bit, get very familiar with it, because next week or next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a lot of Tinkercad work. So I want you to be all on the same page, so it makes it easier. All right. Other than that, have a good one, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Language and Play. Hey, guess what? We got a special guest today. Mr. Dowd's joining us. Hi, Mr. Dowd.
Hello, everyone. I know you're used to me being on Screencastify, but I decided to get out of there today and come up here with Mr. LeMay.
He's feeling theatrical. All right, so the reason we have Mr. Dowd here is because we're going to incorporate what he has been teaching you about Tinkercad into Language and Play class. Since you can't physically be in the theater, and since you have already come up with some of your scene design, okay, remember on your Google slide, you guys came up with your setting. What we're going to do is we're actually going to design our virtual set, okay? And we're going to do that through Tinkercad. Mr. Dowd's been showing you some of the basic features of Tinkercad, and now we're going to bring our set alive. You're going to make a 3D model of your Starry Night house where your story originates. I know your scene might be taking you outside of that story. It might be taking you to a plaza down the street like mine is, or somewhere else. But your protagonist originates from this Starry Night scene. All right, so that's what we're going to be working on. So we're going to get creative, and in Tinkercad, you're going to build a 3D model of your Starry Night scene. And the best part is, for grading-wise, we're both going to be grading the same project. So you get a 2-for-1 grade. Less work for you, and hopefully more fun. All right, we hope you guys enjoy it. Any questions? Remember, you can always ask us. Okay, just put that 10 in front of your name, and you know Mr. Dowd's going to help you.
I'll be right there to help you. And on, Thursday, right? Because it'll be going for Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to be going, and I'm going to show you my example of the Starry Night scene, what I'm looking for, okay?
It's really cool. You guys are going to like it.
Mine's going to be a little spooky since it's October.
All right, so to start with, what you're going to do today is you're going to take out a piece of paper, and you're going to sketch out that Starry Night house. Okay, you've described it, you've put it on Google Slides. All right, so you're going to sketch out a house that you're going to turn into your 3D model. Okay, you don't have to turn in the house. You're only turning in the final project, which is going to be your 3D model. But sketch it out on a piece of paper, because that's going to help you to organize your thoughts for Thursday. And that'll take you a couple days to make your 3D model. All right, can't wait to see what you guys come up with. You guys are doing great. Nice job.
Also, guys, use those days wisely, because if you haven't done Tinkercad, which there's quite a few that haven't, this will give you a perfect opportunity to go back to my lessons I did before and really learn how to use Tinkercad, because this is the real deal now. We're going to be doing projects, so
Go
the
get
more you
'em.
know, the better it is. Good luck, Gators.
Go get them, guys.
Looking forward to seeing them.
Gators. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple taco dip to have at night, maybe when you're sitting by the TV with your family, or on the weekends if you have some people over. It's very easy to make, and you don't need to use the oven or the stove for that matter. We like that. So first you need a bowl. Then you're going to take 1 8-ounce container of cream cheese. This is 8 ounces. Make sure you read it on the side. See, it says 8 ounces right there. I'm going to put it in a bowl. Use the whole 8-ounce container. Then you're going to take 4 ounces of sour cream. So this sour cream container is 16 ounces. So you would need a quarter of this, because half of it's 8 ounces. So half of that would be 4 ounces. Okay, I'm going to estimate, but you can measure it out in a container. So you only need 4 ounces of cream cheese. I'll have this recipe in Google Classroom if you wanted to write it down. And then you need a package of taco seasoning mix that you're gonna mix in. This is the mild. You get any spicy flavor you want, I guess, right? And then I'm gonna mix it up. So you're gonna mix it up, and it's gonna smell like tacos because of the seasoning mix. And the cream cheese and sour cream is gonna get like an orange taste, like that. Now, if you want, you could use a hand mixer to get it more. Or if it's easier to mix with a hand mixer, you could use that. Because sour cream and cream cheese is soft, it's pretty easy to mix with a spoon. This is a huge hit for like parties, or if I have people over, or even because it's just us because of COVID, even just family. If we're watching a football game or a basketball game. So this is what it looks like. It's like a light orange. So now I'm going to spread it into a dish. So when I spread it into the dish, I'm just going to have it cover the bottom of the dish so I can layer it with lettuce and tomatoes and cheese. Let me grab another spoon. So after this is done, you will need to keep it in the fridge if you're not going to eat it right away, just because there's cheese on it and veggies. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Right? Put that to the side. Now I'm going to take some lettuce. This is a head of lettuce. I've already washed it, and I've cut off the end. I only need some of this lettuce, so I'm going to take grab this. I like to chop it with this. It makes it really small and fine. And cut it into little pieces. So the lettuce is chopped up. I only needed some. I have this left, so plenty left over. Now, I'm going to take this sauce, picante sauce. You can get it in any Market Basket or Shaw's. This is Tostitos brand, but they do make other brands. And I'm gonna put this on top of the taco mixture. You could just pour it on. Want to make sure you cover the whole mixture of cream cheese and sour cream. Okay. So it looks like this. Okay. Then I'm going to take the lettuce and put it on top of this. So it looks like that. Okay, now next, tomatoes. So I have some tomatoes, I'm gonna cut them up small. And I'm gonna put these on top of the lettuce. I have 2 small tomatoes here, so that should be plenty. Depends how much, I guess, you like tomatoes. But usually when you have some type of taco dip or mix, tomatoes are part of it. So you want to chop these up just tiny, not too bad. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. And while I'm thinking of this, you don't have to make all these recipes. Like, I know you start taking stuff out, and I love that you are ambitious to cook and all that, but I don't want you to feel like you guys have to run out and get all these ingredients. These are just some recipes that I'll post for you to try, or maybe Mom or Dad will try them, or maybe you'll want to, try them yourself if you're into cooking. Okay, but by no means do I need you to worry about your grade because you have to make every single thing I'm making. Okay. The ones that do make it, I love that you're submitting work and pictures. It means you know how to cook for yourself. That's always going to be a skill that you need when you're moving forward. You're not always going to have someone to cook for you. It's always good to have that skill. You don't want to be ordering out all the time. And eating Takis and Burger King and all that stuff. All right, so I cut up 2 small tomatoes, chop them up. Okay, now we look at that, moving right along. And now you're going to put cheese. So I have this shredded cheese. I'm just going to put this up along the top. And it looks like that. And to make it extra presentable and festive, I usually use these chips when I serve it, but you can take these chips and you can put them in the edge, and it gives it a little bit of a, I don't know, pretty presentation. And that's how it looks. Come on, good, huh? Looks yummy. So all you need to do is refrigerate this if you're not going to eat it right away, and then serve it with a bowl of chips on the side. Okay? So enjoy.
Hi guys. We're going to be looking at Pablo Picasso again today. I hope you remember that we talked about his Cubist style amongst other styles and periods that his artwork went through. But we're going to focus on the Cubism, where images would be fragmented and kind of broken up, and you'd see a lot of geometric shapes. You can tell it looks like some kind of a building or structure outside, but it doesn't look very realistic. It looks very fragmented and broken up into these cube-like shapes. And that's where the name Cubism came from, because his artwork started looking more cube-like instead of realistic. I'd like you to focus on this painting. We looked at this one before, and you can sort of see some details here that look like a musical instrument. This shape here looks like the side of a violin, the strings of the violin, okay? So for today's lesson, I'm going to ask you guys to find an object. I'm using a bottle because most of us have a bottle of water or some kind of a drink, but you can really use any object of your choice as long as it's small enough to have on your table where you're working, or it's something you can pick up in your hands, okay? So you're going to need an object. Water bottle's fine. You're going to need a pencil and a ruler. If you have crayons or colored pencils, you can go ahead and get those as well and add color. But we're going to focus on the drawing using pencil first. So this is an image of my water bottle. I drew a regular plain shape first of a water bottle, and then I added all those details to make it look more like Cubism, like that Cubism style. So I'm going to have you guys draw your object first, a simple line drawing of your object, okay? So that's what you're going to do first. So I did that here with my water bottle. Next, we're going to use our ruler, and we're going to create a whole bunch of lines around that object. So let's do that first. So you're just going to do a simple drawing here. So I just did, a simple line drawing. It looks like a realistic bottle. So once you've drawn your object, you'll be using your ruler to create some diagonal lines just going directly on top of whatever your object is. You can do diagonal lines, you can do some horizontal lines, and you can really put them any way that you want to. Just kind of randomly place them here and there, wherever you think it will look good. So continue to make your lines going in different directions. I think that's pretty good. And as you're making your lines, you can make sure you have some geometric shapes in there, some squares, rectangles. You can make circles, triangles. So you can add all kinds of shapes to your design. And then we have that water bottle drawing or whatever your object is in the middle. Now, another element of cubism would be that you would see one object, but then you'd see a lot of different angles of that object. So here I tried to do a view kind of looking from the top, looking down on the bottle. And then over here, I showed a view of the bottom. So you're going to hold your object in your hand, look at it from different angles, maybe place it near your drawing paper in different angles, or you can prop it up onto something. And I'd like you to draw a couple of different views of your object. So I have 3 different views of my object, okay? So you want to make sure you do that. So I'm just going to maybe turn it like this and have it kind of overlap where this bottle's in front of what I'm going to do now. So I'm just kind of looking at that shape. I want it to be from a different view, a different angle. That's what Picasso would do. He would show an object, but looking from all different angles and sides. So maybe the top is somewhere over here, behind the first bottle image. Oops. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. But I like that. So it's a different view. I turned it to the side. Maybe I'll do another top view looking here. So I'll do like the cap, and then I'll do that wider space, the top of the bottle. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just do the best you can. So think about different viewpoints that you can create with your object, okay? And I'd like to see at least 3 different views or angles of your object. Now, what I did with this one is I just picked a couple of lines. So like this line, I made it again. I repeated that line over here. Down here, I looked at this edge, this line, and I repeated it down here. So you can just pull some lines, look at some lines, and repeat them kind of next to the lines that you see. So this part of the bottle, I'm going to redraw it again. So I have this straight line here, I'm doing it again, and I'm going to bring it around like this and have it just end right there. So play around with lines. I'm going to do it again here. I'm just going to add this line again. So I have 2 lines that are similar. And you can just kind of have fun doing that. I'm going to make the cap a little bigger behind it, like this. So it's starting to have that fragmented, broken up look that Picasso would have in his paintings. So just keep on going with adding lines, repeating shapes, just kind of going around that, repeating the shape that I see. And you can continue to add more diagonal lines, horizontal lines. You can make some vertical lines. Just make sure that you have some geometric shapes and you've repeated some of the lines next to whatever your object is. Now you can keep going with this. You can do some shading, like some cross hatching is one way of shading, where you're just making a whole bunch of lines going in one direction first, and then go in a different direction right on top of those lines. So that's kind of a neat way to shade in an area when you're drawing, and it's called cross hatching. So do a little cross hatching. You don't have to do it all over the whole image, but in a few spots to create contrast too of the cross hatching next to areas that don't have cross hatching. So you decide where you want to do that and have fun. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. You can add color later and color in all these little spaces if you wish, or just leave it a pencil drawing. It's up to you. Good luck with your cubism artwork. Pablo Picasso would be so proud to see you doing it in his style. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back. Virtual PE, Miss Reedy right here.
You see me? We got our 2 mics, we're back.
Yeah, we are. All right, as you can see, we're surrounded by all the healthy foods that Miss Fairburn's been teaching you guys. But we just wanted to reiterate the same thing, that you should be not only working out, but eating foods like you see behind us. All righty? Hope you're still working on getting your jugs so you can add the water for our next workout. Today we have 2 activities that we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on our glutes. All right? You're going to do 10 total, but you're going to do 5 squats, and then you're going to do a 5-second hold. Okay? And then with Mr. Yamin,
And with me, we're going to work on our core abs. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off in a low plank, and I know you guys know what that is. We do that during class. So we're going to hold our low plank for 30 seconds. Okay, as soon as you count 30 seconds, you go up into a high plank. When you do your high plank, you're going to do 10 mountain climbers. Okay, you guys have done those before too. So let's get to work and work hard.
before you think about making those unhealthy choices, what you'll see during our workout, you need to make sure you do these workouts in order to eat that food. Let's get to it, guys.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.